All right, I gotta be honest, guys. If you had told me a few days ago that I could have done that in under 2 minutes, meaning taking that boring image and turning it into an epic one, I would have told you you're clearly delirious. But apparently it's possible. I made it. I didn't even use Photoshop, didn't spend hours doing it. Just under 2 minutes. Got so excited. I want to show my wife. Even she almost got excited by photography stuff. Kind of crazy. Let me share that with you today. Good morning, everyone. Hope you're having an amazing day. Welcome to the end of the year. Merry Christmas to all of you. Happy holidays. And guys, today is a big day because we're gonna take a peek into the future of editing. Get ready to get your mind blown because I still can't believe what we're about to do that fast. All right, everyone knows Photoshop and how many hours we suck into Photoshop just trying to edit stuff. Now I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna take that photo and that one and make them epic in under 2 minutes. So if you're ready, I'm gonna do it right now. I press right click, edit in, something called Luminar 4 that I just discovered through a friend. He was editing his landscape shot on it and I was like, how do you do that quick? It looks so good. It would have taken me hours on Photoshop to do it. And he's like, well, I'm using that thing called Luminar. And then Luminar just reached out to me a few days later. It's like funny how the world works. And they're like, hey, do you want to try out that software? And if you really love it, maybe we can sponsor something with you. And I was like, man, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Let me try it out. I gave it a go after Japan. I was blown away. Blown away. Look at that. While we're speaking, look at what we just did. That's it. That's what I'm talking about. This is the future of editing. You don't have to do much. The software is smart, recognizes different areas in the image, and you can literally play with a few sliders and the rest is done by itself. If I had to do that on the Photoshop, it would have taken me a lot of work just to match the light and the contrast and the sky all together. Like, it's crazy. Now we're gonna make it a little bit crazier. You'll see in just a second. We're gonna add some sun rays and you're like, oh no, that's gonna look terrible. Yeah, if I do that, that makes no sense. But look, it's content aware, meaning if I bring the sun behind buildings, it's actually masking out and I can increase or decrease it. So if I reduce the penetration, it's gonna actually penetrate less and less. So I'm gonna put it here in the horizon. Look at that. So cool. There we go. Bam. Just like that, just at the bottom. I'm gonna make it a little bit warmer. I'm gonna increase the glow, increase the radius, bring down the sun radius, and I'm gonna reduce the amount now to make it subtle. And there we go. Bam! Look at that. I went from that shot that was, in my opinion, it's a good shot, but the sky is not there. I was there, it was sunset, I did not have the conditions I wanted. Now I'm able to go back home and have some fun while editing and bring it to that. Next thing I will do is print that image, put it on my wall, and feel awesome about it. Now let me know what you guys think because I think this is mind-blowing. I think this is the future of editing. I'm not talking about just sky swapping and adding sun rays. I'm talking about the software being smart and helping you in your decisions and having you do a lot less work than you would in the past. Now I'm gonna give you a context into that software, how it works in just a second with that shot. But I wanted to let you know that if you know me, if you know my work, when I do street photography, I don't like over editing my images. They're very simple, it's very natural. I'm trying to keep it photojournalistic. But when I'm doing cityscape, landscape, nature, all that, there are times I don't get the conditions that I really hope for when I'm on the field. And knowing that I can actually do it in post, which I do sometimes, is awesome. I don't do it a lot because Photoshop takes me a long time. I don't like spending time there. I'd rather spend time with my family or on the field shooting. So cool. Now, with this software called Luminar 4, as I mentioned, I just discovered it. It's really cool. It works two ways. It works either as a standalone complete software, meaning you only work with the software, or you can actually use it as a plugin for Lightroom and Photoshop, which is great because if you have all your workflow in Lightroom and Photoshop, you can edit in there. And the best part, in my opinion, especially because Adobe kind of dropped that subscription model on all of us, is that you can pay once and you get it for life. It's under $100. I think they have a Christmas special. If there is no Christmas special, you can grab $10 off with the coupon code PIERRE on checkout. A link in the description, everything. and you can have fun editing. I'm gonna show you on that shot a little bit more into details, okay? First thing I'm gonna do, and that's my shot from Lightroom. You see, like, lightly edited. I didn't want to do too much more because the sky wasn't that interesting, so I felt like I had to go back on location to get something good. But it's not always an option, so let me try to make it a little bit better, as if I had been lucky and I had something really cool on location. So there is this AI accent slider. It's almost like a HDR on steroid, because it's really aware of the environment and it doesn't like crush or like make anything look weird. Then we have a little bit of structure, which is like clarity on steroid, I would say. There we go. That makes already everything a little bit more crispier, you can see. Then my personal taste is not to have too much saturation. I don't like when my greens are too saturated, so I'm gonna drop it and I'm gonna make them darker. That's more what I like. And then we're gonna go to that part which is called Landscape Enhancer. Gonna add a little bit of dehaze, and as you can see, the dehaze already shows me that there is light and colors in my sky, but the problem is there were no clouds to reflect it, so we'll see if we can do something about it. And then we're gonna add a little bit of that golden hour slider. I don't know what it does, but it makes everything like a little bit more saturated, a little bit more warm, as I imagine you would find during the golden hour. It does a great job at it, if I'm super honest. There is foliage enhancer, which I would never use. It just looks too much. Now we go to the creative side here, the little creative panel, and we're gonna change the sky and put it to Dramatic Sunset 7. By the way, you can like import your own skies if you want. I did it a few times, but I kind of like the number 7. It matches really well with the leading lines of those clouds and the forest and the waterfall. I think it works really nicely on that image. Now you have a bunch of sliders where you can actually blend it in a better way in the image. You could even defocus the sky if you wanted to, but my image is like focused on infinity, so we're good. Relight the scene is gonna help match the sky with the rest of the image. You see, if you go all the way, it's kind of trying to do everything together, or if you go the other way, it's actually gonna look more like a collage. So I kind of try to find a good balance here. And then we're gonna be sky local. There we go. Increase that a little bit. Sky temperature, I said increase. Exposure, we can increase it a little bit too. And there we go. If we look at our, actually I'm gonna add a little bit more of the accent here. Boom. Now, if we look at our before and after, for me this is day and night. And knowing how quickly I did that really impresses me. It kind of tells me that the future of our edits will be completely different from what we've been doing. We're gonna be able to express ourselves a lot more without having to think too much about how to do it. Meaning it frees our creativity to not get clogged by the tools, but actually really start expressing itself. So if you like anything like visual arts, if you've ever loved it, I think you will love playing with those tools. Now, if you're not into visual arts, no problem, because if you don't want Lightroom, if you don't want Photoshop, I think that software is awesome. I played with a bunch of other images, and I found actually one of the flaw or one of the weakness of the sky replacement. It's that when you have a reflection of the sky, for example on the water, it doesn't do the best job at mirroring. Actually, it doesn't do it yet. I'm pretty sure they will do it in the future. But if you don't have mirrors, if you don't have like reflection, you're pretty good. It does, look at that. I mean, it blends absolutely beautifully the image into it. And you could even add, if you want Milky Ways, but no, that's my line. Like, I draw that line. I don't do Milky Ways in the cities. I did it for fun. I would never share that otherwise. It's just for fun, guys. So yeah, the biggest question of the day is, what do you guys think about it? Are you excited or not? Did you get it? Have you ever tried it? I want to know everything in the comments. Remember, if you want to grab it, I dropped everything in the description. You've got all the infos right there. Try it. Let me know how you feel about it. And last but not least, if you want me to make more videos around that software, how I use it and what you can do with it, because there's a lot more than just what I showed you. There is, for example, portrait enhancers, which is also based on machine learning. It's actually very, very impressive. I can make another video for you guys. With that being said, guys, remember, get out there, go shoot, try something different, try something new. If you want to see more on the field photography, make sure you subscribe, ring that notification bell. It's gonna make a huge chunk. It's gonna be amazing. And I will see you in the next episode. Have an amazing Christmas. I'll see you later. Bye.